everyone, it's me Jen from M Just Like You, and finally today I have another foundation review for you, and it's the only foundation that you guys have been requesting for so long, and I'm so sorry I haven't had the chance to review it, and I'm excited to actually do the review just because I've tried so many ways of wearing it so that I can give you a more thorough review. I've tried it with different applications, with different weather, with different skin type. I've tried different moisturizers to make my skin a little bit more oil, and then a little bit more water-based moisturizer to make my skin, you know, more hydrated, to see how that would work. I really wanted to make sure that this foundation is comparable to the original, and it is the new Teint Idole Ultra 24-hour foundation from Lancome. As you guys already know, compared to the original one, this is my holy grail. I have been in love with this for like about 2 years now, and I still haven't found something that is this great, especially for a foundation that hasn't been really raved or I guess not a lot of people use. And this is the new formulation. Unfortunately, that does mean that this formulation is actually taking place of the original, meaning the original is going to be discontinued, which means my hunt for a Holy Grail foundation has to start all over again. And if you guys have tried the original or would like to, or you do also love this and you want to get a backup, I would suggest you to purchase it as soon as you can, because a lot of them have been out of stock on Lancome, but of course you can still purchase it at other department stores as well as Sephora. Alright, so for this foundation, the difference, as you can see, it is 24 hours. Let me start off by telling you that the 24 hours is not something that really attracted me to this foundation. I really was afraid. I don't want anything on my face for 24 hours. I would like to take it off. Yeah, I would like to last, but I think the 24 hours is unnecessary. But it is scary because it makes me feel like a lot of more chemicals are being put into the ingredients to keep it on your skin a little bit longer, and it might cause it to penetrate through your pores a little bit more, which could cause more clotting. Now let me just start with the difference between the two. The main difference between the two is that the formulation for the 24-hour one is a lot more watery. Watery in the sense that it's a lot more liquefied. Don't get that confused based on if it's oil or water based, because in my opinion the new one does cause a little bit more oil excess on your skin at the end of the day. Another difference between the two, which is the main difference that I do not like, is the fact that the new one has SPF. I don't like SPF in any of my foundations just because I usually wear foundation when I am basically wanting to take photos. I want my skin to look flawless. But with photos, with flash, obviously you're going to get that flashback if you have SPF because of that titanium dioxide and that zinc oxide. So I don't like SPF. Of course, I do suggest you wearing an SPF every single day if you are exposed to sun. Again, I don't like the SPF for other reasons rather than just photography. I notice when I'm wearing this foundation, my skin do clog very much. I did break out a little bit because of this foundation. I do think it's because of the SPF, because my skin just doesn't like it, but that doesn't mean that everyone will react the same way. Now, back to that watery, liquidy difference that I've said, this foundation is a little bit more sheer in my opinion because it's less matte. It's a little bit more dewy, but it does dry to a satin finish where if you do want it to be more matte, you could add powder and it would. The great thing about the fact that it isn't so matte is that it does give your skin a little bit more lively look. Really great for spring, I would think. Really great for dry skin, but not too much where you do, if you have some dry patches. The foundation does dry to almost of a satin finish, so it might accentuate some of your dryness. So I would suggest using a sponge or a flat foundation brush to apply this foundation if you do have dry patches. Would I suggest this for the spring and summer based on oil control? I would not, because I am a combination skin. I do get oily in my T-zone, but not so much. But I found that this foundation did accentuate my pores and cause my pores to kind of activate a little bit more, and I did get a lot more oily, which in return caused a lot of settling in my lines. And I don't like that because I feel like it defeats the purpose of using a foundation to cover my imperfections. So based on that difference, I do want to talk about the coverage. The coverage is a little bit more light, which is better, I think, just because it's more buildable. What I do notice in this foundation is because of the SPF, I find that it does kind of separate on my skin after a while, so I do have to powder. If you do want that dewy look and you don't want to powder, you're going to end up looking kind of greasy by the end of the day, so I wouldn't suggest that because it's not a very flattering look. I do like the difference is that it's more natural looking. The other foundation is a little bit more fuller coverage, therefore looks better for photography, but in real life you do look like you have foundation on because your skin looks too flawless. This foundation, you can see a little bit of imperfections seeking through the foundation. So it's kind of more of your opinion if you like more, you know, where you can see your freckles through or not. For me, if I'm wearing foundation, the purpose of foundation is to really even out my skin tone and hide those pigmentations, as well as broken capillaries and acne scars, as well as freckles. So I don't like the foundation based on its coverage for me. 24 hours, I don't think that is 24 hours just because it does transfer. If I was to take a white shirt and just kind of like, not like wipe my face, but if I was just to lay my face on really quick, like if I was to take, you know, give someone a hug, this does transfer. So the 24 hour, I don't really understand why they actually called it this, because one, it transfer, two, it doesn't last, it does separate. So I don't really like this foundation. I really wanted to, just because I did like the original so much. But I don't like it as much as you guys would have wanted me to. I know a lot of you love it, and I'm really glad you do. I think just my skin doesn't really work well with the oiliness as well as the SPF. And of course, anything with SPF, I do suggest when you wear this to really shake it up, just because you don't want it to separate, causing the shelf life of your foundation to decrease. Now, for the color range, I do think it's a really great difference is that the new formulation has such a greater color range. I think the color range is really great, yet the numbering system for it is really bad. The numbers are just basically, you know, 100 something, 200 something, and even though the number gradually goes up, I do find that it's kind of confusing, because even though I am a warm, I found that 320 worked well with me and 250 worked well with me, and those two numbers are so far apart. I think someone that didn't have a sales associate, or if they were purchasing online, it would be really hard for them to match their color. I also found that the color for warm skin tones do have a lot more yellow, so I do love that. I'm actually in 320W, and in the original one I was a B4. So with the color range, I do think this is much better because you do find a much better match for your skin, which is always a plus. It's more yellow, so it's very great for covering red pigmentations, acne scars, and also it's really more flattering than I think warmer skin tones such as orange base. For the cooler skin tones, I can't really speak for it just because I can't really wear it, but overall I think the foundation is okay. I would probably pick something else like NARS Sheer Glow over it because it is a little bit similar. I don't think I would continue to wear this just because it did break me out. But I've heard a lot of other great things out there from you guys. So if you've tried this foundation and you love it and you like it, or you've heard great things about it, please post it in the comments below just so that anyone that's viewing my videos can also hear the other side of it, because you know my skin is different, and I really want to kind of be more thorough with my review and not just base it only on me. So please help me out with that. And of course, if you want to see more reviews on more foundations or anything like that, then please subscribe, because I am going to be on a hunt for a new Holy Grail foundation, and I would love it if you guys could follow me through that journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and that you found it really helpful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!